Who are the best teams and partners for the brand new Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan Battle video. In today's video, we have the recommended team builds for Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku of the 11th anniversary. As always, in this video, we will be breaking down the unit. We'll take a look at his kit, what he's doing well. We'll take a look at his links, use those links to influence who we want to utilize as his best partners, and then take a little bit of look at his hidden potential as well as the stages he can be utilized in, and then wrap it up with a look at the various kinds of teams you can build around this character. So let's go ahead and let's get started by taking a look at the unit. So starting with the leader skill, we have Daima, Battle of Fate, and Goku's family, category key 3, HP 200%, and attack defense 170%, with an additional 50% to Seekers, Full Power, or Kamehameha category characters. On his passive, he is getting 400% attack and defense once only when activating his entrance animation, and gives Daima allies an additional 23% and key 1 and damage reduction rate 4%. He also gets an additional 400% attack and defense and receives an additional key 4 per key sphere obtained. He receives an additional key 1 per non-key sphere obtained, and damage reduction rate 40%. He guards all attacks, and Daima or Goku's family allies get attack 40% and effective against all types. He has an additional attack 200%, chance to perform a critical hit, and 70% chance of launching an additional super when getting his 24 key or activating his active skill. When receiving an attack, he gets an additional 200% and an additional 20% crit. As the first attacker in the turn, he gets an additional 10% damage reduction rate before attacking, and gives all allies an additional 40% attack. As a second or third attacker in the turn, he gets an additional 40% critical hit rate for 5 turns. On his super attack effect, well, what makes this character unique is he has the new ability of the EX super attack. So on his 18 key, normally he would massively raise attack and defense for 1 turn while causing mega colossal damage and raising allies attack by 40%. Now, if he activates the EX super, right, which can be activated when his first attack in the turn is a super attack, and it is a critical hit, he will have an additional 77% chance of launching an EX super attack. If he launches the EX super attack, it now raises his attack 140% for the turn for 4 turns, and that effect does stack. I have tested it a little bit, right? So if you continue to activate it throughout each turn, it does add up. It will also raise his defense for 1 turn, and allies are now getting 40% for 2 turns instead of 1 turn. His 12 key is just regularly raising attack for 1 turn, causing mega colossal damage. So really interesting ability. It's really effective. It can cause the team's damage to explode right from the get-go if he starts activating it right away. There's a bit of chance there, but you do want to set yourself up for success when building teams around him, and that's really what the main focus of this team building guide is going to be. Now, of course, with this guy, right, we always want to be taking a look at, right, links, and for proper utilization, right, we want to use the best links possible, and when utilizing him, remember our golden rule is 4 or more. So what we're actually going to do is navigate over to the Dokkan FYI. So here we have the Dokkan FYI. Great website. We love to use this when going through our team building, as there's so many useful tools here that can help influence our teams. It's a great tool. It allows us to see our links and who the best link partners are. So when trying to maximize Goku, right, we want to maximize his offensive links, right, because he's an offensive character. So for him, we want to utilize characters that are going to get us Super Saiyan, Prepared for Battle, Saiyan Roar, Kamehameha, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power, right? Should we activate all of those? We're talking about a, right, 15, 20, 45, 55, additional 75, 90% extra attack just off of his links, right? So we want to be prioritizing characters that are going to get those link for us. And the best part about the Dokkan FYI is they have a very useful tool for doing this, right? So all we have to do is navigate over here and we see exactly who his best link partners are. So we're actually going to sort this with, right, like I said, 4 or better. So looking at his 6 link partners, right? 6 link partners: Tech DAIMA Goku, STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, LR Gogeta, the 4s, right? AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku, transformed Gogeta. Funny enough, these guys link really well, right? And these are all 6 links, right? So if we were looking at DAIMA Goku here, for links here, right? They are getting everything except legendary power. So you are losing that 15% attack, right? But that's still, 70%. That's still, 75% attack right there. So that's really, really good, right? But on the other hand, someone like LR Gogeta, right, giving everything except prepared for battle. So you're only losing 5% attack there, right? All of these are great options for partners. Personally, I do like him as a partner for Goku because not only are we getting everything, right? This maximizes his offensive links, right? Goku will also support him for being on Giant 8 Power Beyond Super Saiyan, both free and transform state. So it's really, really, they're really, really great partners. Plus the additional damage reduction really does help him out that Goku gives once he is transformed. So really, really great partners. But still, he's got good 5-link partners as well. The LR STR5 guys, Tech Vegito, Gohan, right, for that really good turn 1 support. The LR Blues, right? He has such a standard Saiyan link set that he links with a lot of, great cards that are still useful at this current moment. Even with his 4-link partners, right? Like the Vegeta, all right, his counterpart, LR Gohan, who we've seen really rocks things, and Gogeta, right? He's got some really good 4-link partners here, right? Like just looking at Vegeta, for example, right? Because you're likely going to run the 2 new LRs together, right? You're still getting, Super Saiyan, Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. So you're only losing Prepared for Battle and Saiyan Roar and Kamehameha. So you are losing a little bit of attack by having them linked together, but it's not much, especially if you're keeping up with the EX super attacks, right? Another great partner for him is the Tech Wrathful Broly, right? In longer events, this is really great, especially with his counter for melee supers. Very, very useful card, which is nice because Broly doesn't have many partners himself, so having a top tier partner like this is also good for him. So with that in mind, let's go ahead, let's flip back over to our game here, and let's take a look at some of the teams that we've built for him. So, for him, right, because we want to maximize his usage, we want to put him with various different characters that are going to link well with him. So one of the first teams we've built for him here is the utilizing him as lead, right? We have the LR Goku, we have DAIMA Vegeta, we have Gogeta and AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku, as well as STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku and DAIMA Goku. Now the structure behind this team is basically you have 1 Goku on each turn. Vegeta is your floater, and you have AGL Goku and STR Goku as your 2 partners, right? This maximizes the strength of Goku while allowing everybody else to do their supporting role. The final slot of Int DAIMA Goku can be filled by any character depending on the event, right? I like using him. He's very helpful with that addition, especially when you combine both AGL Goku and his super attack effects. It's really nice to have him just for that, give the characters that little extra oomph. And, he's got a pretty good dodge chance, being able to get 85% plus dodge, comes in clutch a lot. So very, very helpful. Right, the second team we have here is a really fun team. I've run this on a few of the new special battle stages. A really powerful team for him, and the basic structure of this is you have run turn with Gohan and the Goku, and the other turn with Goku and Goku. And what I mean by Goku and Goku is you can either structure the turn to partner him with Daima Goku, or structure the turn to partner him with LR5 guys. LR5 guys is the key to running Goku, right? Use this character to scare off people who cry about him not getting ki. This character was specifically designed to help him out. Not only did they share 5 links together, but right, he changes STR orbs, and he gets his own orbs, and like he gets enough ki on his own to reach what he needs after turn 1, that he doesn't need those STR orbs after turn 1. So the STR orbs he creates can go directly to Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku here. So right, very, very powerful character. You know, it's just, honestly, I mean, if you didn't want to use him or you don't have him, you can sub him for any other orb changer on the team, and then just utilize Goku, Daima Goku as the main partner, right? Good orb changers that can work in place of him are characters like Fizz Path to Power Goku can work really well for those rainbow orb changing. So, it's very helpful, I think, to have him though, right? Especially for the links, right? Not only is he providing orbs, but he's providing great links and attack support. You can easily put him in slot 1, turn 1, when he's at his most effective. Get all your hits in, get the orbs that you need with him to get him built up, and then allow Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku to attack in slot 2 and still get his EX super attack because you've just fed him the STR orbs that he needs. So, another great team to use him in. Another team that I really like using him on, and he's really good on, is the LR Great Ape Power Goku. Now, the reason I like using this team is because this is a Carnival LR lead. Because it's a Carnival LR lead, not only is he getting a full 220%, just a flat 220% here for Giant Ape Power. Because it's a Carnival lead, he's getting an extra, he's getting an extra 2 ki from the leader skill, right? Most leader skills give ki 3. He gives ki 4. That helps Goku out a lot on this team because, as you can see, there are no other orb changers. So this really helps him out. With the setup here, he really only needs 2 STR orbs if you can get them to get to his 24 ki to activate the super attack effect. So really, really helpful here. It's a really powerful team, the Giant Ape Power team. You can easily make this work in many currently events. Another great team that works well for him, gives a lot of slot 1 options, gives a lot of shifting that you can move this team around. There's a lot of flexibility in this team based on the needs of the fight, and that is this team here utilizing the Int LR Gohan, right? If you need that quick slot 1 turn 1, he's your guy. You're really going to be mostly utilizing him in the Gohan state for this, right? But what he provides, right, is that that active skill turn, which provides some extra ki should you not be able to get it for your Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Of course, we also have the LR5 guys here. And then, if the fight allows it, right, if you can get him to his turn 5, you get a little extra oomph with your Gogeta turn. It's a really nice team, and it works in quite a number of fights, including fights like Bio Broly and the new special battles. So I also decided to put together a team utilizing his partner, right? I didn't want to put too many of the teams utilizing the Daima lead for his tech partner because obviously he's going to have his own video. But you can see here, right? If you wanted to run a full Daima team, it's going to look something a little bit like this, right? With him as the lead, although I don't know. I might actually say that you're better off running Goku as the full Daima lead, even though everybody won't be on his 220. But if you wanted to keep everybody on his 220, this is the way to go. The only problem is, right, the Vegeta turn lacks a decent slot 1. An option would be to swap instead of Glorio to use someone like Fizz Daima Vegeta as your slot 1, because with the amount of support that's coming through this team, Fizz Daima Vegeta is very, very good on this team. Goma, I would almost say, is pretty necessary for this team because, you will find that in a lot of events, right, you do kind of need that extra turn to get set up, and the offense he provides, and of course the team protector ability is very, very helpful. Now, if you want to get a little risky here, you want to have a little fun, I put in this little team for fun. You could run a full power centered team here with the Tech Blue Kaioken Goku. I'm not saying this is a best team for him, but it is a team, and it's kind of a funny build because it works. Crazy enough, this team works, right? You could even put Daima Goku as the lead and run the same setup, but I just, you know, either way, right? You could put Daima Goku as the lead and full power as, you know, just on the team. But I just thought this was an interesting team, right? Because you have your 2 UIs to provide the Reps of Universe 7 support that he needs. AGL's 2 UI is still very, very good as long as the fights don't cancel dodge. And then, of course, you've got your extra support coming from the Daima Gokus. So really, I mean, it can work, right? The weakest member of this team is obviously Blue Kaioken himself, and a little bit Tech UI, but as long as Tech UI is keeping up his dodges, he's going to be doing fine. Now, we do have a more festival-centered team here, right? If you wanted to take this team into festival, you could get away with a double Vegeta and Trunks lead. But honestly, because Daima Goku is so powerful, you could honestly get away with a similar setup here, but just swap Daima Goku as your lead and just run 1 Vegeta and Trunks, right? You don't necessarily need to run the 2 of them, although I think running 2 of them is usually better for festivals, so... And the next team we have is more centered around the upcoming EZAs we know that we have, right? The Kai Goku and the Int Kid Gohan. Now, I don't really know how they're going to play, so this is just kind of a guesstimate, but I'm assuming they would want you to run them both on Daima Goku's team, so I would structure the team a little bit like this, right? With Kai Goku being, you know, a decent partner for the Daima Goku, so you have your rotation with them too. Maybe even possibly design him as a floater, and then the other rotation, the 2 Gohans would go together, I would think. Somehow, right? Like they would just support each other even though they won't link together, so you might have one rotation with Goku and Kid Gohan, either AGL or the Int one. Probably the Int one you would probably want to keep on a rotation together, right? So this one's a little wonky because I don't really know how the 2 are going to work, because the thing with him is he needs to have a demonic power or heavenly events character. And the problem is for some reason he is not on demonic power, although his tech counterpart is. So I would almost say that you would want to have something like this, right? If we just swap this, right? Instead of Vegeta, you would want to have Daima Goku, right, as your setup, right? And then it would look a little, your team would look a little something like this, and this would allow everybody to run effectively. The Piccolo allows for the unit super for both Kid Gohans, right? And a little something like this, I think, could work. Another team we got here, right, if the event allows, right, if you have a little bit of a longer event, you can run your Tech Vegito, right, your 10-year LRs, and then you would structure the team a little bit like this. What works out pretty well here for them. You could even put them on Vegito's lead if you wanted to run double Vegito instead, but I feel like running double Daima Goku is probably a little bit better. So with that is pretty much all the teams, right? We could sit here all day and list every different variation of Daima Goku's team, but I mean, I feel like these are some of the big hits. You notice I didn't really put the blues on any of their teams, but right, on any team where you see, I mean, any of these teams, you could easily slot them in. They're great partners for them, and great options to add to the team, right? It's just, they do kind of detract away from preserving what Daima Goku needs to do, because they themselves are also pretty key hungry. So that's kind of why many of my builds don't include them. But like, I mean, like this team here, right? Instead of using Int Gohan, you could swap in the blues and it would work out just fine. Just an option, right? But pretty much any of these teams you could put them on theoretically. So last thing I want to talk about that, and we won't spend too much time on it because I do have my own video prepared for them. But for hidden potential, I would recommend running a additional crit build, and that is just for that little extra chance of getting his EX super attack, and I will break down fully why that is best for him in his hidden potential build. So if you want to hear that explanation, make sure you check that out. So Guys, that is it for our video. That is my recommended team builds for the LR Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku. If you guys like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, what are your favorite teams to run? Like I said, there are a plethora of different teams you can run him on. So long as you are running him on teams that preserve his ki and allow him to maximize getting that 24 ki to keep up his EX super attack, you're going to be rocking with this character. And that's really what it's about, because once he gets going, and it is fun. And that's really what it's about. So that's it for the video, guys. If nothing else, thanks for watching, and aloha.